this video, I'm going to discuss gratitude, cultivating thankfulness for a more fulfilling life. At the end of the video, you'll know 3 concepts to implement to cultivate gratitude in your life. I'm Glenn Citerony, professional life coach and corporate wellness speaker, and this is my YouTube series, Thrive and Transcend. So let's get into today's topic on gratitude. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, it's the parent of all others. That was said by Cicero, Roman statesman over 2,000 years ago. Gratitude takes the lead among all virtues, such as courage, self-control, justice, and wisdom, at the prominent position of the table because gratitude really drives the others and ultimately becomes the source to showcase the very best of humanity. Previously discussed in other videos about gratitude, and when gratitude is introduced in our mental mindset, it kind of pushes away all the negativity. So I like to bring in an example from Hollywood. It was called Uncle Buck, and the actor was John Candy. John Candy played a disheveled but fun-loving gentleman, an uncle to a niece and a nephew, and he had to protect them and take care of them, I think over the course of a few days while the family was gone. Well, in one scene, John Candy goes to a teenage party to protect his niece from a predator. So he drives up in this jalopy, goes into the party, and in the background, you can hear the music Bust a Move. You want it, you got it, baby, just bust a move. So he's walking through the party, and these teenagers are looking at him like, who brought this guy in? Why is he here? Are the cops going to show up? It's the same case with gratitude. So when you're experiencing frustration, resentment, envy, kind of like at the teenage party, in this case, it may be a pity party, when you bring in gratitude, a high level of emotion pronounces and it pushes gratitude to the top, and it pulls down the negative emotions. Gratitude is often underutilized and overlooked emotion in today's society because ultimately materialism, and again, the negative emotions become more pronounced. Our reactivity kicks in. Sadly, gratitude often remains underutilized and overlooked in today's society, despite its immense value for our mental well-being. In fact, it's one of the most important traits associated with mental health. Humans often gravitate to the more destructive emotions such as greed, cynicism, envy, and even pride, which is considered the worst of the 7 deadly sins. Ingratitude might be a close companion of pride. In the Buddhist tradition, the term for gratitude is kantan nanuta, which encompasses both an emotional response and a kind of form of understanding. Essentially, it signifies the ability to acknowledge and appreciate what others have done for you. And in modern terms, it's really, gratitude is an intelligent emotion. Here are a few examples that lack gratitude. Here's one that looks at the 10% that's missing in the cup instead of the 90% that's really there in the cup, that's filling the cup. One is, I just got my performance review and I got a 3% raise. That was the average promotion. That was the average raise for all of us. Well, that's terrific. Aren't you happy with that? Well, it was the average. It wasn't more or less. I got a good review, but I think I should have gotten more. You get to go out on your lake every weekend in your boat. That's pretty cool. Yeah, but my boat it's getting old. It's high maintenance. I'm getting tired of all the gas and all the maintenance that's involved in keeping it operational. And one last example. Oh, your parents pay for your college tuition? And also your gas money? Yeah, but I go to a community college and I always wanted to go to a 4-year university, a more prestigious university. In all those examples, with the focus is on what's lacking, what's missing, instead of what's actually happening and the gratitude for what you have. One example from my own work experience is I've given hundreds of performance reviews over the years. But one individual I had on my team in which I gave that person a performance review, every year they would say, I'm grateful for the review I got. I'm grateful for being here, working at this company, and grateful for my pay increase and the equity I was given. And I was always taken aback by that. I was a little surprised. because I never heard the term grateful being used at work. And this individual I knew had suffered immense personal tragedy in their life. The person was respected. I respected that person. And it wasn't just about kissing up to me. The person really believed in gratitude. And it was something I always remembered. How do we implement gratitude in our lives? First concept, negative visualization. What does that mean? Let's go back to Stoic philosophy 2,000 years ago. The term premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils, meaning thinking through people in your life, items in your life, what you own, if that was taken away from you. Visualize if your spouse wasn't here. Visualize if you didn't have your job. Visualize if you didn't earn a degree or if your kids were gone. This is the concept of a famous movie, It's a Wonderful Life. It's famous because the actor in the movie, Jimmy Stewart, an angel comes and says, okay, you're frustrated with your life. You're resentful. Okay, we're going to pull it all. You're going to have nothing and experience what it's like to have all that pulled away from you. And at the end of the movie, Jimmy Stewart realizes he really did have a wonderful life. That's negative visualization. You can do it any place and go, I'm frustrated with my job. Okay, what am I grateful for? For my spouse. What am I grateful for him or her? Do that in your life. Concept number 2, keep a gratitude journal. Another example from work. I had a friend and colleague that was upset about the company in terms of his place at the company and what was happening in his career. And I just suggested, I said, why don't you keep a gratitude journal for a couple of days, or if you're really ambitious, go a month and just write down what you're grateful for. He later came back and he said, yeah, I did what you suggested on the gratitude journal. My attitude's improving. And I feel better about my place here. It's not perfect, but I feel a little bit better. The whole point is that he was looking for items to be grateful for. It's like if you want to buy an Acura car, all of a sudden you're seeing Acuras on the highway, on your street. You're actively looking for it, seeking it out. Try a gratitude journal. And if you're having issues, for example, in your marriage, if you want to sustain your marriage and you're both committed to one another but having challenges, keep a gratitude journal and write down things you're grateful for your spouse. That might help things. Concept number 3, replace thank you with I'm grateful for. The power of that is immense. With my team, when I led a team, sometimes I wouldn't say thank you, which sometimes becomes a throwaway term. Thank you. Okay, you're welcome. It's like wallpaper. Instead, say, I'm grateful for you doing that. And you'll be amazed on the power of that term and how it improves the spirit and energy of the room and those around you and yourself. Use I'm grateful for, and you'll see eyes. Your team members, your family, their eyes get big, right? You don't hear that often. Use I'm grateful for. Try it. Those are the 3 concepts on gratitude. Gratitude is ultimately going to improve not only those around you, their well-being, but your own. It's a boomerang effect. Take the moment and appreciate the life that you're given, as hard as it is, and the challenges that you have, and some of the tragedies that you've endured, and try to find the sun coming through the clouds. Not easy to do, and it's extremely challenging, but you can do it. And when you do it, think of the song, like I said previously, the John Candy movie, Bust a Move with gratitude. Speaking of gratitude, I'm grateful for you watching this. Please click the thumbs up button. This is my YouTube series, Thrive and Transcend, where I talk about topics such as self-improvement, personal development, physical and emotional health, and spirituality. If you like these topics, hit subscribe. And if you have topics that you want me to touch upon in future videos, put that in the comment section. I'm grateful. Thank you.